Right, so last trade recap, I've secured a really good win, and I've basically covered back for all of my last week's losses. Now I took this trade, which I should have been stopped out, but I closed right before that, protecting my account. So I'm going to be going over why I closed it manually and why this doesn't count as breaking my rules, and why this was a good decision. I want to see if I get a win streak. They're pretty rare because almost every time I get overconfident after a win and lose the next trade. So I want to see if I can break that cycle. After the trade that I took on ES, price actually went to all-time highs, even though I said on my monthly buys video that I wanted price to have monthly retracement. And I believe this is a high time frame S&P divergence. And I'm going to be going over how I dealt with emotions in this trade. First of all, I did follow all my rules and I lost like 18 cents, which is basically nothing. I opened my position right here and closed it right here just before this move to the downside happened. It was a 3.5 risk to reward ratio, and I targeted the most recent highs. So coming to the day, I was bullish. We were in a daily uptrend on ES and NASDAQ. On the 4-hour, we were bullish as well. At market opened, I was watching these two 4-hour lows on both indexes to get swept and continue this uptrend. But we broke structure on the 4-hour, which is why I closed this trade. We were bearish on the 1-hour to sweep these lows, but we didn't continue the uptrend. Instead, we decided to break structure to the downside on the 4-hour because we swept this weekly high. NASDAQ is lagging behind. I think this is a monthly S&P divergence. I think that ES will follow NASDAQ, and we're probably going to fill this gap. Right now, it looks really bearish, but at the time, this candle was still didn't close, and there was like 2 hours until it closed. So I expected price to sweep these lows and then continue the 4-hour trend, but that didn't happen. And when I checked back on the trade, I saw that we broke structure, and this is why I closed it. And then we also came up to this hourly gap, and we respected it, which is not what you want to see when you're logging. I entered off of a 15-minute pullback because we had this 15-minute gap. So if I put my stop loss below this 5-minute low, I would get stopped out because we have this 15-minute gap, which we're probably gonna come down to. So what I learned is if we sweep a really high time frame liquidity, like a weekly, it's better not to trade after that because we have a high chance of reversing or having a retracement. We're already really extended, so retracement is pretty realistic. The indexes have a daily gap, which will probably come down to. So we have this gap on ES, and then we have this daily gap on NASDAQ. So if we respect this gap, I think we're gonna continue the daily uptrend. If we disrespect it, then I think we're gonna have that monthly retracement, and yes, we'll probably follow that. Basically, my whole trade idea is based on the 4-hour trend of where price will go, and if we break structure in the 4-hour, then I'm basically holding this trade off of hopes and dreams, which is not what trading is supposed to be. So I avoided a loss. I followed my rules, even if the trade setup failed. I followed also the psychological rules that I wrote down after yesterday's session, which did help me be less emotional in the markets. At first, I didn't want to close this trade because I thought, well, what if I hit take profit and makes this amount of money? But I decided to stay disciplined and follow my rules. And even if I won this trade, it would be horrible because then I would realize, oh, well, the forward trend can be the opposite of my daily buys and I can still win. And then I definitely lose more times than I win. So it's day 2 of following my rules. I hope I can keep this up for the whole month. I also don't have any goals in mind toward my monthly P&L because I can't control that. But what I can control is follow my rules, and the profits come last. I'm gonna end the video here. Hopefully you learned something. Let me know in the comments if closing this trade was the right decision or was it an emotional decision. And yeah, see you guys next time on the next trade recap.